Hello.
Hi. How are you?
How are you guys doing? Have a good weekend.
How was your 4th of July?
It was 2 weeks ago.
This is coming out a while after that, but that was just yesterday for us. 2 days ago for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll the die. Roll the die.
It's 17.
3.
It's a 3. 3 plus 14 is 17.
There you go.
Math. Yeah.
Math.
See,
You
I'm
did
psychic. You don't have to lie.
And then cheers, sir.
I was gonna set up a joke for this, but I tasted it downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And it does have the correct consistency and a similar flavor profile.
It's great.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Also, fellas, this is why you should eat pineapple.
Mm-hmm. So, I won't say the name of the person who it's for, but it's a friend of mine. He's a gay man, and he was coming over, and I was like, hey, so like, what are your favorite drinks? I'm gonna make you a drink. What are flavors? And he was like, pineapple and cum, and I was like, all right, got ya. So I was like, I made a pineapple demerara syrup, like I did before, and then I did pineapple juice, but I used orgeat, so almond nut milk, and and then a little bit. On his, I used a little bit of passion fruit. I didn't use that in this one because it was a little. I couldn't taste the pineapple as much to me.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was good. It's pretty good. Oh, and aquafaba instead of egg white because I just had it. And I was like, cool, I'll use that. But yeah, it's pretty. Oh, and then rum and tequila.
Oh, ooh, yeah. I'm glad I said one drink and a beer then.
Yeah, it's 1 ounce. Well, it's 1 ounce of rum, 1 ounce of tequila instead of 2 ounces of tequila or like a 2 ounces of whiskey.
Tequila's a good choice. Yeah, you get that bitter taste. Yeah,
yeah. I tend to like 2 ounces of the hard spirit generally sometimes, but that's the. Anyways,
it's good.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. Anyways, guys, no, fucking. Ow. What was I gonna say about? I ended up having the worst migraine yesterday. I haven't slept for shit because like when I've been staying up late helping at the firework place, and so I just could not go to bed until like 4. And then last night I had the worst migraine in my life, or not in my life. I'm exaggerating. But it was worse one I've had in a long time, and it literally, I could not go to sleep. I took a ibuprofen, would not help. So I like went downstairs and like literally made myself throw up.
Yeah, you have to throw up, man.
Yeah, and I literally thought about the fact that that's what you do too.
Yeah. Like, as gross as it is, it helps.
And I was just like, God damn it! All right, I'm gonna sneak downstairs because Melissa actually goes to work, and I'm gonna go to just like let's get it out. It didn't take. It was one of the, it didn't take long, so I just did that, and I took another ibuprofen before I went upstairs, and just passed. It took about like 15 minutes, and it finally like whatever was originally in the first ibuprofen I took before I threw up. It must have had enough in there that the second one helped, and I was like, all right, I just passed out. And still woke up early, but I'm zinky. I'm tired. Zinky?
No, zinc is a mineral.
Zinc,
Zinky.
but zinky. I said zinky. I don't... See? I don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
I don't either.
Zinky's not a fucking...
We have access to Google.
Let's see. I don't
think it's a word.
It's not a word at all.
I don't know.
It was the feeling I'm describing though. Whatever it is, that's how I feel. It doesn't make sense.
There's a book called The Zinky Boys, which is about Soviet stuff. Yeah, zinky just means pertaining to zinc.
Well, I'm not that, but I don't know.
But yeah, I'm glad that you or according to Urban Dictionary, describes an incredibly hot person. You feeling zinky, bro?
No.
You feeling anti-zinky?
No zinky.
But I, as shitty as it is for me to say this, I love hearing people describe like, oh my God, I had a migraine for like the first time, or like the first time in a long time. Because I get them like once a month.
Yeah.
And most people don't understand like how bad they are. And like, what the fuck? Sorry, my phone just like exploded.
It's okay.
But even you're like, yeah, I sat in the bathroom for like a couple minutes just to make sure I was good. And I was like, bro, when I have a migraine, like I sleep in the bathroom. Like I will go in there, like head on the cold floor, like cradling the toilet almost, because I won't throw up once. I will throw up like several times until I pass out. Like, and then I wake up and the migraine's gone. Like, so hearing that other people are experiencing like a bad migraine, which I'm not saying yours wasn't bad because I know how bad they are, but like
it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, in comparison, I'm like, yeah, you understand how it feels now. And you've seen mine too, so you know.
Well, mine was like, it was specifically in the back right corner. I was like, yeah,
okay, yeah, mine are always right behind the left eye.
Yeah, those always suck. See, like mine was just like, just dull pain, just constant. I was like, motherfucker. But
I get it, they suck ass.
Yeah.
Like my worst one was still when we were working that Fisher House thing.
Yeah,
because you guys saw me.
Oh
and
yeah.
I was like, I think I'm starting to get a little migraine. We should probably go home so I can drive home. And then like, what was it? 5 minutes later, we all walk up to the door, and I'm just like, Davion, I need you to drive me home. And I'm just sweating like pure white.
Yeah.
He's like, you okay? I was like, yeah. I need to get home. I need to throw up. And then as soon as I got to the house, like I projectile vomited everywhere. Davion was trying to help me up the stairs and open the door, and I turned around after throwing up and was like, I'm gonna have to clean that tomorrow. And he's like, are you okay? And I was like, I am now. Like all I had to do was throw up, and I didn't want to throw up in the Fisher building.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's so funny now because I finally drove past it for the first time in a long time.
I see it every day at work. Yeah.
See, I ended up like I forgot where we were going. We were leaving something, and I drove past it, and I was like, oh shit, I was like, man, we haven't fucking.
Yeah.
We worked there quite a few times now, so now I just only think about like. Weirdly how I kind of know that first and second floor.
Yeah, the floor that nobody goes to. Yeah.
Well, like, yeah, that's fun. Like, I am kind of sad that we didn't have the availability to have a budget when I was in the band to like film in that basement, because that would have been the sickest video. It was essentially under. There's a little chapel room.
Yeah. Which is where the people that sold my brother's house, they used to own a restaurant in that chapel.
Yeah.
Like, wild.
And so, like, for whatever reason, it's there. And then there's, like, a bank vault down there, too. So it would have been really cool to film a thing in.
I mean, here's the thing. We're both adults now.
We could still film a thing in it.
We could do a song, make a band for only one song.
We wrote a song because we wanted to film it here. Is the song like that's the song?
We could make like a super group of all our favorite friends from the local scene who are no longer in bands.
I'm down.
Like, I'll be a merch guy again.
Dude, I'll hit up Davion.
Dude,
I'll be like, hey,
it'd be dope.
I'll be like, we're doing we want to do like just a really dumb good song so we can film in that spot in the Fisher building that we wanted to do with Torchbearer. And he'll be like, bro, man, I don't give a fuck.
And like by dumb good song, I mean like
really
good song.
Yeah.
And then never do any more. Or do more, but like not like full band vibes where it's like, oh, we got to record like an EP this year. Like, no, it'd be like, hey, you guys want to make a song? Like,
the second one is literally called like, you told us we needed to make another one, so we did. Like that's the track name, and they're gonna be like
old school
fucking emo songs that are like. The first one is literally, we wrote this so we could film a video in this place.
Yeah.
And then the second one, if that one does well enough, is like, we did this one because the first one was good. Like,
and then the third one could just be like, yeah, we realized that we're running this into the dirt, but we wanted to record another one, even though trilogies kind of suck, and the first one's usually the best one.
It just says it's 3, that, and then all of that. Like, it's the only one that's actually labeled.
The fourth one is just continuing the run-on sentence, where it's like, yeah, the trilogy is blah, blah, blah. The first one's the only good one. Anyways, we made a fourth one because, you know, we got bought out by another company, and now we're trying to raise money based off your nostalgia, and capitalism sucks. Part 2.
And then 5 is just Cinco.
5 is just track 5.
Yeah.
Even though they're all singles, so it's technically track 1.
Well, fucking Lamb of God did that. They have a song called The Number 6 on.
Oh yeah,
dude. I mean, I'm sure you haven't heard it since I played it probably years ago.
Yeah, they were I'm saying one of the first bands I ever saw, but I went to Ozfest for my first concert.
Yeah,
and they were like the headliner before Ozzy.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, so it was one of their. I think it was the last. It's on the last album that Chris Adler was in the band. Mm-hmm. Maybe no, he was in there one more album after that, 1 or 2 albums after that. But it's Resolution. The track is number 6, and it's actually like my favorite. That one and Undertow, the 2 songs, right? Undertow is number 5. Those 2 songs are like my favorite on that album. Maybe King Me's really cool. They like to. They started. They do like one longer like epic song at the end of them. They have the song Wrath on their album Wrath. Not Wrath. There's their album Wrath, and then the song is Resolution at the end. It's about the world just crumbling and being basically destroyed. Nice. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, they do some really cool shit. But like, they did that. They did the number 6. So like, it'd be funny if we do number 5, and it's just
Sanko.
Something dumb.
I like the Bill Murray track titles too.
Yeah. Like, he's not serious. It's great.
Yeah, it's like absolutely cranking my fucking hog with the boys. No spaces. I love that.
I saw that he was here, and I was like, I haven't gone to a show in a long time, and like we've been busy as fuck, but like,
yeah,
that'd be a fun show to go to.
I think the last show I went and saw was Louis Capaldi with Chrissy. That was great. It was right before his new album dropped. So we got to hear some songs that hadn't been released yet, which was really cool.
He's the guest on Hot Ones this week, I guess.
No shit. Dude, yeah. He is so fucking funny.
I legitimately didn't... I had no idea who he was. Until you just said this now, I still didn't know who he was. I didn't look him up.
Dude, his music.
The Hot Ones, the ad for like this week's episode coming out is... It said it's Louis Capaldi, and he's apparently like he might be the first like officially Scottish guest on the show.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I feel like
they had Karen Gillian on there, didn't they?
Yeah, but is she Scottish or Irish?
She's Scottish, I believe.
Oh, then I don't know. Yeah. That was something about it. He said something, but he's like, I feel like I'm a little nation down.
Yeah,
because he's probably really bad with heat.
Yeah,
so
and he's got Tourette's too, so that probably fucks with it.
Yeah, so I was like, I wanted to watch the episode.
Dude, he is so funny. Like, he makes music that like. We missed out on this on the tour because there was a song he couldn't perform yet because he was waiting for the music video, and what he did in later shows was he played the music video
while he was singing
it. I have not watched the music video because I've seen the reactions of people at his concert, and like I've heard the song, love the song, but the reactions of people at the concert, like, I'm an emotional man, but there's like literal men with their wives and girlfriends that look like me and you.
Yeah.
That are like metalheads, like you can see on their shirts and shit. Like, they're going to the Lewis Capaldi concert for their girl.
Yeah.
They are bawling their eyes out, man. And I'm like, I can't watch this music video. Oof. But then on the flip side, he's like funny enough to just be a fucking stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
going
cool.
to his shows, like, was both. It was stand-up and dope-ass music. Like, wild.
Dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I'll have to check him out.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, I was like, I'll probably watch that episode whenever it drops. I forgot, but, like...
Yeah. But
I've also been craving wings. What?
What were we getting at before Lewis Capaldi?
I don't know, man. I said I describe myself
we were
as
talking the Fisher Building.
Oh, the Fisher Building, yeah,
making the band and
making
shit.
the band for the song. Yeah, because that would have cost. It's a historic building, so it's like it would actually be expensive to film in. And if that's not already redone, at this point, they may have already done something with that by now.
True.
So, but that would have been cool.
But speaking of the Fisher Building, man, like we both worked that firework job.
Yeah.
And like both of us working together again, it felt like we were doing the side jobs for Crowfoot again.
Yeah.
Such a fucking vibe, man.
It was pretty cool. It was nice. It was
wild how in sync we are though. Like,
yeah.
Dude, that was weird. Like we were both doing stock for the fireworks, and it was literally like it swapped. Like one of us would be in the back getting stock, and the other one would walk in and be like, "Hey, do we have? You have it."
It was, and like, then I'd be, and then I was like, and then I go in the back room, and he's, literally the same thing, like 4 or 5 times. It was pretty fun. It wasn't nice. Bad. It was a good way to. It was pretty fun, to be honest, to learn it. In a way, after all of it, like it was hectic, but like it was a lot. But it was
again, there was like 2 reasons I wouldn't want to work there again. Just 2.
What? Okay, I think there might be something wrong with this cable, and I'm gonna have to replace it.
It's okay. I won't go into details of the 2 reasons because I might work there again next year. But Brandon knows the reasons. Everyone knows the 2 reasons. They're people. I thoroughly dislike those people.
Yeah. Yeah. It was it's
Yeah.
It was what it was. We were like, whatever, we're there.
Aside from that, it was also nice because it was like, we can just leave.
Like, yeah, and that was the one thing that was nice was here. There was only one time where I almost did go like, I kind of want to just walk out because I can and don't need to be here to help out. Like I could just go.
Yeah.
And
there was one time there was 2 times. There was one time on the 4th.
Yeah.
Where I was like, I could just walk out and leave, but if I make $30 more, that covers rent. Is that $30 important to me? Like, it went through my head. I was like, I got $30 I can pull out. I don't need to. But then I was like, but this is free money. Like, all right, I'll stick around. But yeah, I was ticked. And then vibes changed with the other reason. Like, I stubbed my toe and was like, oh, ouch. And that other person was like, oh my God, are you okay? You all right, man? And I'm like, why are you nice now?
Yeah.
But then I think they realized that like you and I didn't need to be there. And if we left that day, they'd be fucked.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was fun. But no, it was pretty cool. I was happy. At the end, I was happy with it. It was not against helping out again next year if I'm like available.
That's my thing. I would much rather like you and I and like a group go up north somewhere, like set fireworks off, enjoy the 4th,
Well, the thing is usually every year me and her whole family gets together.
Yeah, for
it's one they make it a cabin family trip usually. So like that's where like I mean it's one of those times where like instead of just only Thanksgiving and Christmas we also have the 4th to go hang out with our family. So it's pretty fun to go do that. So we just did it this year because for her, it was like the last weekend she like had before things keep continuously being busy till the wedding. Yeah. And the other weddings. So she basically just got to stay home by herself and relax and poop out and enjoy it.
You said poop out, but I thought you literally were about to say stay home, relax, and poop, and I was like, that's a vibe, dude.
Well, I mean that too, but yeah. Like she just got to relax, and you know, I'm gonna get to do some of that here and there. So
yeah, I get that.
But yeah, it was like, so I'm thinking next year we're definitely gonna go back up because it is something I enjoy. It's a really nice time. I mean, sometimes we can bring you depending how much family goes.
I was gonna say like, my 4th of July used to be like, you know, it was my great grandpa's thing, my grandpa's thing, and my thing, and like my uncles. Out of everybody that enjoyed the 4th, 2 of us are alive. 1 of us is a little too old to really do fireworks anymore. My immediate family's up here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I might just, you know, get a decent amount of fireworks, go up to my parents' house and be like, all right, I'm going to show you guys what I used to do. And like, you know, get the cops called on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, like, it's what's nice about there is like, because like none of us actually really have to worry about there ever really being a fire because he fires in the direction of the fucking lake.
Yeah.
And it's on a beach, so like the worst that happens is it's some brush between the road. in most of the time it's wet anyways because it's a beach. Yeah. So
I mean, I set a fire at Megan's house last year.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was an accident. I got simple fireworks too. Like little fountains and like snakes and shit and smoke bombs. I was like, I'm not gonna set off mortars out here. Like, you know, you said you weren't really into fireworks and didn't really do them as a kid. I was like, but I'm going to show you the cool kid stuff. And then I turned around, turned back. I was like, where's your hose?
Your shit's on fire. Oh, my God. I feel that's funny as shit. Like, when I was a kid for fireworks, I love that we're getting into this because, like...
It's way after the 4th.
Like, we really should pay attention to, like, when these episodes drop so
I think this one drops when we're doing your bachelor party.
You're not...
Or at least around there.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Which is funny, because the episode How many episodes do we have available? Just one?
Yeah.
The one that 141
drops, just dropped, right?
Yeah, so 142 should drop in a couple days.
Yeah.
That one is my birthday week.
Yeah, I know. I realized that after I realized that when I was scheduling the episode to drop, and I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, my birthday is like 2 days after that drops.
Yeah,
so I was
we're not going to talk about it.
We recorded that like forever ago. Like, it was still June.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. All right, well.
A little behind the curtains shit. We both worked a job and couldn't film like 2 days in a row when we usually film.
Yeah. So we had to, getting them done in advance.
Yeah.
But we like, what were we talking? Were you talking about?
I don't remember again.
No, we were talking about the fireworks stuff.
Yeah.
As far as oh my God.
You know what we could do?
Rewind it.
We could just rewind real fast and listen to what we were talking about.
I mean, we could. Fuck it. Pause.
So when you were a kid with fireworks, what did you do?
When I was a kid, no, I just remember like one of my memories of fireworks is like it's with my dad, my real dad.
God, that fart.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So when I was a kid, we had my dad had those, like, they used to be those discs, and you could light them, they would just fly off in a direction, like shoot out. Well, he would do that
and gesture again. Sorry,
you're not wrong. But he would put it in the in like a giant PVC pipe so he could decide the direction it was going to launch in. So he used to do that, but then he also like just got an orange and cut a nice slice into it and just filled it with firecrackers and blew it the fuck up on our driveway. And I was like, that's fun. Like,
that's dope. Yeah.
That's one of my, like, and then Dad and just shooting off fireworks. He didn't do a ton crazy stuff because it was a smaller neighborhood, I think. Yeah. But it was definitely, I don't remember a lot, but those are the couple I remember was them being like, just make sure they're not close to the fucking orange when you blow that fucker off. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to touch the blowing up orange. I'm young, but I know don't touch the thing that's going to explode.
Dude.
When he says, this is going to make it explode, I'm definitely not going to it. Like,
I would want to try to kick it, like, right before it exploded. I was a very dumb child.
I wanted to light it. I did want to light it, but I was like, I can run away. Like, I'm not Terry.
The funny thing is, my grandpa is Terry. Like, we used to do a lot of dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like, we should have gotten hurt. Which I did get hurt a few times, but we should have got hurt.
Well, I've done one Roman candle fight in my life.
I've done a lot of those. Yeah.
We only did it once. It was at Ivy's place like years ago with like Andy, and it was me, Andy, and the Annie, and we all had a Roman candle fight in the backyard. And I think each of us got hit at least once. I think Andy got hit twice, and it was like really close together. No one got hurt.
I did.
Well, I think the one like blew up really close to Andy, but that was the closest we got to anyone being in actual like danger. But it was fun as fuck.
Nice.
Like, as terrible as it is to be like you're literally aiming a firework at your friend, like it was fun. I did enjoy it.
We had a lot of accidental dumb things that we did.
Yeah.
But the two dumbest things we did, the biggest dumb thing we did was we threw a mortar.
Oh boy.
Instead of like launching it. That didn't close.
I forgot that the door opens.
Yeah.
If you don't close it. It's fine.
We threw a mortar instead of launching it from the tube.
Yeah.
Didn't get hurt, but we like threw it like a grenade, dropped down behind something, wanted to see like what it would do. It shot past the barrier we were behind, so it could have been real bad.
Yeah.
And then probably the dumbest thing that we did consistently, like at least once a year, sometimes 4 or 5 times a year, was we would get some of the like 300 to 1,000 shot Saturn missiles, and we would turn them sideways and try to dodge them.
Yeah.
You could dodge some of them.
Not all of them.
But you were going to get hit. And those things fucking hurt, man. But it was fun. Like, which, you know, was also my benefit of working at a fireworks place this year, because people would ask me questions and I'd be like, yep, it'll do that. Do not do this with it.
And they're like, I wasn't gonna, but now I want to.
Well, there were some kids that, like, one kid legitimately asked me, he's like, what happens if I turn it sideways? And I was like, don't. And, like, the look in my eyes was so serious. He was like, why? And I was like, you will get hurt. You will get hurt very badly.
Like, you actually will. Like,
yeah.
I'm not lying, because I've seen it.
And then one kid came in talking about Roman candle wars, and he was wearing the cutoff shirts, which is what I used to wear. And
yeah, that's really easy.
They get caught.
Yeah.
And then they just burn you. Yeah. So he was wearing one of those, and I was like, do me a favor. If you're going to do it, wear a regular shirt. And he was like, oh, you're making fun of it? I was like, no. Trust me. Wear a regular shirt. It'll go in there.
And then get stuck.
Then it gets stuck. And he's like, what? I was like, yeah. Yep.
Like I'm saying, I'm speaking from experience. It'll fly in there and then get stuck and explode between you and your shirt instead of off of your shirt.
Yep. It will not bounce.
And your face will firework.
Yeah.
Do you like your facial hair, bro?
I couldn't grow facial hair at the time. But dude, the young dumb shit we used to do was a blast on the fourth.
I mean, dude, even just like from being a kid and like, okay, I should close the door.
Yeah.
But like even like being a kid and like, hold on. Jumping off of playscapes and shit, like,
yeah, dude,
like being literally having to, like, I remember like just looking at the slides and being like, I can definitely jump off that, and now I'm like, bro,
yeah.
like
dude, back of the trailer,
yeah,
I was like, I jumped off of it, and one of the girls we worked with, the older girl,
yeah,
she was like, oh, I wish I could still do that, and I hit the ground. I was like, I shouldn't do that again.
I mean, I still did.
Knees. I did, but I was like, I shouldn't do that.
I did, but I didn't like jump straight down. I like did like one of the like, you know, like put my hand down and then hop down.
Yeah, I jumped straight down the first time. I was like, no.
I did it a couple of times just because I was like fucking trying to get it done fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Doing jumping off of shit, that's so stupid, man. Like, the problem is I've watched, like, on Your Mom's House, they have one of their clips is some kid in England jumps off a second story of a house in rain boots onto the fucking ground and doesn't even try to, like bend his knees.
No tuck and roll, nothing.
Nothing, just, dude. And you watch him basically straight leg land and then like kind of flex forward and then fall back. Oh, dude,
I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I can't watch that clip. Every time they play it, I hit the like 5-10 second thing.
Yeah,
I'll listen to them talk about it because they're like, what the fuck, like it's so stupid that like I think that was in the last like year that they did that clip became a thing. I was just like, oh, some of the stuff, dude, like jumping off of fucking, I remember I used to jump off in elementary school. I went to this like private school that was really close to my house for like 3 years, and then I left it, and it was like they had this tall ass slide, but it was like it wasn't anything taller than a normal playground, but on the tall slide they had it had a pretty cool like plastic cover thing that was also pretty tall. It was taller than most of the ones in the other parks of the area, and I jump off of that frequently. And like the looks of like horror on like the latchkey moms' faces when I'm like, because they don't see.
Yeah.
They catch me right as I'm at the top and like already jumping, and they can't say anything because I'm in action.
Yeah.
Like something also about that is pretty. It gives you confidence as a 6-year, fucking like 8-year-old when you're like, I mean, you're flexible. You can land and make it.
More elasticity, yeah. But
granted, it was also I'm into wood chips.
Yeah,
it was I'm not doing that on a concrete, like I know, or the hard tarp stuff. I'm not doing that on hard shit. But he was like, all right, it's into wood chips. If it's into the little gravel pebbles, sure, I'll do that.
Dude, I have a scar from the wood chips. Like I did the same thing. I jumped off like the tallest slide, and I went to tuck and roll, but I hit a little too early.
Oh.
So instead of tucking and rolling, I hit and just prayed to God. Like smacked my knees down, and I got back up and was like, ow, that hurt. And then I looked down and I had a fucking wood chip sized splinter. Just as a kid, like unless you told me I was supposed to be hurt, like as a kid, I wasn't hurt. Unless you reacted, I wasn't hurt.
Yeah.
I fucking pulled the wood chip out and was like, oh, whoa. And I just went back to go playing. But one of the teachers saw me hit, stand up, pull the wood chip out. She was like, oh my God, Andy. And I was like, huh? Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It was bad, but it was like, to me, I could have kept playing.
Well, the gravity doesn't set in until someone that knows how the gravity of it is. You're like, ugh. Like, I remember, I mean, shit, like, I think I've told the story years ago, like, once or twice on this, but, like, in 5th grade, when I watched fucking, his name was Mark, I'll never forget it, just run full speed head into a fucking pull-up bar.
Yeah.
And, like, lift his legs. His head went to where his legs were, and his legs went to where his head was, and then he landed on his back. And all I did was get up, do like a, and just run off. And I luckily he didn't see it because he ran in the opposite direction, but I saw the latchkey mom behind him. Just, okay. And just walk off because she was like, He's okay. And I mean, he definitely had a bump on his head later. And I think later I think she just went and eventually went and grabbed ice. And then, like, when she saw him, was like, here, you're going to need this. Yeah. But, like, he still kept playing tag. Yep. He didn't stop. He just fucking ate that goddamn bar with his forehead. Granted, it was more of like a 6 head. He had a big head. And he just fucking ate it. And kept going. Like, he full-on barbarian took that damage like a tank. Just ran. Because I myself did the, like, oh no. Because I knew he was... just looking this way and then... ding. Like... And honestly, maybe that's probably what helped him is, like... If you know ahead of time, you can brace, and that's what happens in an accident. Yeah. That's why you get hurt, is because you brace for it instead of letting your body just kind of go where it's supposed to. If you hold it in a spot, it fucking cracks shit. Yeah. So because he didn't even see it coming, he just like a noodle.
Dude, I think the only time...
I'm a good noodle!
The only time as children... where we reacted to somebody getting hurt. Like, I had my ear ripped off and none of us reacted. Like, not fully, but like the lobe was not attached. I have a scar in the back now. Yeah. But the only time we fully reacted to somebody getting hurt, I can show you a photo of this kid's face still. Like, we were all playing soccer at school, and I don't remember what the kid said to somebody, but it was fucked up. That's all I remember. Because of the retaliation, we all were like, yeah, justified. But we watched the kids say the thing. They were in a heated argument about something. We watched the kids say it. And then this other kid, 6th grade, mind you, but this kid was built like a fucking adult. Just fucking one swing. Shattered the other kid's jaw. Oh. I mean, like, we saw the punch and we were all like, ooh. But then we saw the face
after
and it was like full, like the slow-mo hit, how it's like, but it was not in slow motion. Oh, it was real time where the kid turned around, just blood and just his jaw, just like, and all of us were like, oh, he's hurt.
Yeah, like, he knows he's hurt. He can't even describe how he's hurt because it's broken. Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
But that kid fucking just one hit and then turned around and was like, we done? And I was like, yeah, we're done. You're going to get in a lot of trouble for this.
Well, the big kid, that's in 2nd grade. That's how I broke my hand. Fucking, not in a fight, but I fucking tripped over a ball, hit my face on the ground, my nose started bleeding, so I was holding my face and just didn't give a shit where my hand was. And then the biggest kid in the fucking whole playground landed his ass bone right on my knuckles. Ooh. Just landed right there, broke these 2 knuckles. Yeah. And that's it. Fucking gone.
Yeah. It broke my wrist by falling wrong too.
Well, they knew my shit was broken because as soon as he landed, I started yelling. Yeah. Because there was no give because it was on the ground. So it just, ooh. I remember it. I just remember going, like, oh shit. And then they had the latchkey moms picked two kids to like basically guide me there because I couldn't see because my nose was bleeding. Yeah. So now my nose is bleeding and I'm crying and then my hand is broken. So I'm like this, walking to the office, like trying to guide myself by where the roof's at. And they're just like walking me there and they're like, yeah, we're pretty sure he broke his hand. His nose is probably going to stop bleeding eventually. His nose is fine, but like, it's an experience. I remember that. There's a few of those like life-defining moment experiences in school that I remember, and that's one of them.
Dude, my fingers.
I hit the wrong button.
I was like, did it go out again? I think I talked about this on here or told you about it, but the big bank doors that got slammed on my hand.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember that happening, and I remember the door closing fully. Like, there was not a gap. It was flush, and my hands were in there, and I was like,
oh, no.
Oh. And I didn't feel any of the pain yet. And then the person who was with me, my mom's friend, because we were picking my mom up from work, she turns around and sees it, and I'm like, this is not good. And then she opens the door, and as soon as she opened the door, that's when the pain hit, and I was like freaking out. And then my mom came downstairs because it was time for her to go off work, came out and saw me like screaming in there, and then we got in the car, and I'm still screaming because it hurts. I remember looking at it and being like, oh, it's a lot of blood, and there's white stuff. White stuff was my bones.
Yeah.
I'm like screaming the whole time through the doctor's office, the ER, everything. I stopped screaming when I'm getting x-rays because the doctor's like, I'm going to need you to put each finger up there individually if you can so we can x-ray them and see if they're broken. Still screaming with the index finger, still screaming. I couldn't move the middle fingers very well, so those were broken, but I was like sitting like this. And he's like, all right, I'm going to need you to put the middle fingers up there by themselves. And I was like, I'm not allowed to do that. Like, went from crying to being like afraid I was going to get in trouble
for flipping off.
Because I literally had to put my middle fingers like that under the screen, and he's above it, like positioning it. And I'm like, no, I can't do that to you. That's against the rules. Like, it was immediate, like, no cry to just like, no, I'm going to get in trouble.
And he's like, well, at least you stopped crying, I guess. Yeah. Fuck it, whatever.
Oh,
that's funny.
Dude, it was bad. Like, you can still see some of the bend. I know I showed you, but yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Childhood.
Yeah.
But, well, I'm fucking tired.
Same.
So,
are we like 30 minutes?
I'm going to say thank you guys for listening.
You ever broke your dick?
Not yet.
Okay, we'll talk about this next week then.
All right. Have a good week, guys. We love you. And like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Be good to each other and all that jazz. Bye, guys. Happy birthday, Edie.
Oh, happy birthday, me.